Welcome, everyone, to this explainer. Today, we are going on a seriously fascinating journey together. We're going to zoom all the way out. We'll actually start right inside your living room, looking at the tiny, brilliant smart gadgets that make our daily routines effortless. And then we're going to gradually pull back the lens until we're looking at the massive, sprawling servers and satellite constellations that literally run the globe. It's this incredible ecosystem of connectivity. And as you'll see, it all starts on a much smaller scale than you might think.
Okay, let's dive into this. $100. It's a surprisingly low amount of cash to completely automate a standard home. And no, there's absolutely no rewiring or breaking down walls required here. You might assume that living like you're in the future requires thousands of dollars, right? But honestly, that is simply not the case anymore.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to move from upgrading the smart home into securing your vacation home, then troubleshooting Starlink, followed by enterprise security, and finally, we'll wrap up with the local cloud.
Section 1. Upgrading the smart home. Big tech on a budget.
When you look at how big tech is applied on a budget to automate your daily routines, the ingenuity is just striking. Think about it. In the past, making a standard light switch smart meant calling an electrician. Now, a $26 SwitchBot pusher simply retrofits right over your existing switch. It lets a tiny Bluetooth robot do the heavy lifting straight from your phone. You literally don't have to rewire a thing. And beyond just a single switch, you can build an entire connected ecosystem for under $100. You've got Kasa smart plugs and GE sync bulbs that instantly handle your lighting and appliances. Meanwhile, an $18 Accara sensor can actually tell you exactly when the laundry is done, and the Ting Fire sensor quietly monitors the electrical safety of all these new connected devices, all from a single outlet. Section 2. Securing your vacation home. Peace of mind away from home. We've all been there, right? About an hour into any road trip, that universal anxiety hits. Wait, did I actually lock the front door? Well, this brilliantly illustrates how the modern vacation security arsenal solves that problem from anywhere. While a Wisecam Pan V3 watches the interior, an Arlo Pro 3 can blast potential intruders outside with 3,000 lumens of light. A Ring alarm gives you 24/7 professional monitoring, and if you truly did forget to lock up, the Schlage Encode Smart Lock lets you secure the door right from your phone, or even issue temporary access codes to the neighbor who's checking on your cat. But what about the inside of the house? That nagging feeling of, did I leave the appliances on? A Govee H5086 smart plug is the perfect remedy for travel anxiety because it doesn't just cut power, it actually monitors energy use. So you can check your phone while sitting on the beach, see that the curling iron or the coffee maker is pulling zero power, and finally just relax. Or, hey, if it is on, you just remotely cut the power. Problem solved. Section 3. Troubleshooting Starlink. Fixing the link to the outside world. Now here's the thing. All these amazing smart security devices share one major vulnerability. They are entirely dependent on the internet. And for a lot of rural users, that critical link is Starlink. Interestingly enough, 33 minutes. That is how long the average Starlink dish is actually unreachable per day as it physically switches between satellites. So if your smart camera goes offline briefly, don't panic right away. But if the dish stays completely offline, the fix is surprisingly low tech. Forget about calling a technician. Most of the time, you just unplug the power supply, wait about 30 seconds, and plug it back in. It simply gives the hardware the moment it needs to reacquire those satellites passing overhead and reorient itself. Super actionable, super easy. Now, what's really interesting here is if your issue isn't an outage, but your speeds are slowing to an absolute crawl right when you sit down to stream a movie at 8 p.m., the culprit is often oversubscription. It's not a glitch in your specific hardware, it's basically a traffic jam in space. It happens when too many local users are pulling from the exact same finite network capacity of the satellites above you. Real quick, if the Wi-Fi network itself just goes totally missing, flip your router over. No white light? That means you have a power issue, so definitely check your outlets. But a red light? That points directly to a damaged cable or a hardware fault that's cutting off communication to the dish. And finally, we have to talk about environmental factors. Look, you obviously can't control the weather or growing trees, but you can adapt. The Ops 3D obstruction map helps you reposition your dish around branches that are blocking your line of sight. In the winter, don't be afraid to gently brush heavy snow off the dish if its internal heater gets overwhelmed. And for those massive storms, having a cellular hotspot backup is always a smart fail-safe to ensure your security system stays online. Section 4, Enterprise Security, Securing the Macro Network.
Okay, so stepping back from our personal homes, let's cross over into the sprawling B2B enterprise networks that actually manage all of this flowing data. Enterprise security is highly structured, and ecosystems like the SonicWall Secure First program, value-added resellers, or VARs supply the advanced solutions, while managed service providers proactively improve the IT infrastructure. Then you have MSSPs that entirely outsource security management and consultants who deliver cost-effective strategic advice.
So, why does this matter to you? Well, as your personal data footprint grows, literally every time a smart lock opens or a camera uploads a video clip, these enterprise partners are the unseen forces keeping everything secure. They're working in the background, equipping businesses with best-in-class solutions to minimize threats and proactively improve IT infrastructure, ultimately keeping the entire global ecosystem safe. Section 5. The local cloud, global infrastructure shifts.
Taking one final zoom out to the geopolitical scale, there is a massive shift occurring right now. In Africa, as dependence on cloud computing rapidly grows, nations like Nigeria are actively pushing massive tech giants like Microsoft, Google, and Amazon to build physical cloud infrastructure locally, rather than just relying on servers that are located oceans away.
So, the crucial point is, why does it matter where the server physically sits? Well, it all comes down to data sovereignty and security. Relying on foreign tech giants naturally leaves a nation vulnerable to international outages, latency issues, and foreign regulations. This creates a really strong push to localize infrastructure, keeping a country's data firmly under its own geographical and legal roof. And honestly, that brings our journey full circle today. From retrofitting a light switch in your living room for $26 to geopolitical battles over global cloud servers, our digital footprint is expanding like crazy. And it leaves us with a pretty critical question to ponder. As your connection stretches from your personal space to massive global clouds and foreign data centers, who is really in control of it? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring.